Precious Pisces friends, the mirror of your partnerships and your relationships with significant others is showing you what and who it's finally time to say goodbye to and release. Do you want to find out more? Then join me now for your Astro Weather Report for the week ahead. This video is a forecast for your sun, moon, or your rising sign. You can check out all 3 videos if you would like, and they'll tell you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. I'm Kesenya, and welcome to the Astro News and Weather Report for the second week of July 2026. Remember, friends, this is tropical Vedic astrology, not sidereal astrology. Look it up if you need to. And yes, I am a real person, not AI. Now let's jump right in to what we're looking at this week in the astral skies. And on the 10th or 11th of July, depending where you are in the world, of course, when this is actually going to be exact, Venus is going to conjunct the south node of the moon at 2 degrees of Virgo. This is a powerful energy that will bring about karmic ripening in the lives of many at this time. You could give or take a couple of days either side to see the effects of this. But people with planets at 2 degrees of Virgo are especially going to notice the impact of this transit. Now, this transit occurs on an annual basis, so it's not unusual, but it is powerful if it's interacting with your chart in a very personal way. Now, addressing relationship issues, reactivating your creative voice, or honestly facing your financial situation, these are some of the ways that this interaction might express. Now, if you sense a lack in these areas of life, or if you have difficulties at the moment in these areas of life, this transit is asking you to focus on releasing what is destroying you, holding you back, keeping you from your best expression in this regard. So this might look like releasing negative attitudes, reflecting on your past behaviors with money, with women or men, with lovers. And it's a chance for us to do something about it. Especially, we all make mistakes. None of us are really victims. We actually have control and power over our lives. It's about a matter of choice. Venus is the planet that rules choice. And so this is giving us the chance to readdress old issues, old wounds, old hurts, and do something about it, to take back control over financial circumstances, relational circumstances, attitudes, and to implement the power of choice that Venus gives us. What can we do then to address these old, things that come bubbling up to the surface? We can journal. We could do dance therapy or some kind of art therapy or music therapy to heal and release the wounds caught in the body regarding those things. We could create a releasing ritual. I've shared with my Patreon family on many occasions various rituals for certain astrological configurations that allow us to move beyond our stuck patternings. So if you're part of the Patreon family, you might like to refer to one of those rituals that we've shared in the past. Or if you're familiar with these sorts of things, you might like to create your own ritual to release the hurts and the traumas that we may have around Venusian things at this time. There is never a better time in the astral year to release hurts and traumas associated with Venus than when it is crossing the south node of the moon, because the south node of the moon is to let go, to release, to excrete anything to do with Venus energy, which, if you follow astrology, you will know is relationships, is money, is our ability to know pleasure. It is our ability to choose our own adventure, to choose the life that we want. So under this influence, your soul can be freed from these burdens, and this leaves you in a lighter place, a brighter place, ready for new energy to come rushing into your life because you've cleared the slate, so to speak, during this transit, and that opens up room for new wonderful things to take their place once this transit is over. But what is this energy, Venus with the South Node, not helpful for? Well, it's a dreadful time to do anything to do with beautification. Don't go and get your hair cut. Don't buy a whole new wardrobe, or don't redecorate the house under this energy. It won't do you any favors, because the beauty, the aesthetics of Venus are equally depleted when it crosses the South Node. So when this transit passes, get my words out, you may find that that bright purple bathroom was not really what you wanted after all. Damn it. So keep that in mind. It's also an inauspicious time to share your love for somebody, to go on a date with someone, or even to get fertility treatment. Now, of course, that's very personal to the chart that you carry yourself, but as a general influence, it's not a good energy for fertility treatment. You might also find that young women, which are ruled by Venus, might be somehow problematic in your life, a cause of trouble or heartache or upset. And even you might find, my friends, that unwanted lovers from the past return into your life, probably to clear their karmic slate, but don't be surprised if they pop up and cause you to rehash old experiences in that way. What can you do with Venus conjunct South Node energy? Well, it's a helpful energy for saying goodbye to past mistakes, as we've already discussed, and therefore it is a great clearing energy so that you can draw in new love, draw in a new financial situation, or a new experience of creativity, a new experience of elegance or beauty as this transit passes. It's a time to sow the fertile ground in readiness for the greater blessing. So I'm from a farming background, and you don't sow your seeds into thistly soil. You clear out the weeds. In this case, we're talking about the weeds of the past, so that the soil, the field, is ready for the new seeds to be sown. And that's what we're doing at this time. The South Node, as I've said, is where we let things go. It's the celestial, my words struggling to come out today, the celestial recycling bin. So while Venus is what we love and how we value ourselves and what we hold on to, it does rule Taurus, which is the hoarding energy in its shadow side, of course. When the South Node and Venus meet, the universe is actually asking us, what old relationship habits, what old financial anxieties, what perfectionist tendencies are you finally ready to let go of and release? Let's look exactly at where this is happening in your chart, sign by sign. Pisces friends, when we have Venus in a conjunction with the South Node in our 7th house, this is a rare configuration that supports the clearing of relationships in our life where needed. You know, Venus conjuncts the South Node every year, but it rarely conjuncts the South Node in the sign of Virgo, which is your whole sign 7th house. And so the karmic spotlight with this energy this week is falling squarely on relationships. Both past relationships and present relationships, romantic relationships and professional relationships. This is the house of marriage, of contracts, of open enemies, and everything we attract through the law of our own energy. And on this day, which will be the 10th or 11th of July, depending where you are in the world, that law, that karmic law, is asking for a reckoning. So what does that look like? Well, Pisces, old relationship patterns, the ways you have martyred yourself for others or given yourself away to others, the contracts, whether they're spoken or unspoken, that have kept you small, kept you hiding your light, keeping yourself, small for the sake of lifting others up. Any resentments that you have towards other people, these things are going to rise up now and grab your attention again because they want to be released. It's time to let these things go. Now, this could look like an ex-partner or someone from your romantic past that wounded you, said something to you, and you harbored that in your heart, and that needs to go now. You need to forgive that person. Venus is forgiveness. Here with the South Node saying you need to forgive and release and let go. Move on. Own your life. Don't be a victim in that relationship. Own your journey and start again if required. It's not at all surprising, my beautiful Pisces friends, if an ex-partner should appear, or, as I said, someone from your romantic past. They may come back into your life, send you a text message or knock on your door or something like that. It is strongly advised that when this happens, as it will with Venus conjunct South Node, proceed with caution. Don't go back and try and rekindle that flame again, because South Node Venus indicates it's a releasing process that's happening now, not a refiring of the energy. It is, if that should happen, if someone should come back into your life, it's so that you can review and let go. In fact, you may like to write a letter to that person and burn it in the fireplace, or do some journaling around that particular issue to support getting it outside of the heart, outside of the body, and onto paper in this instance, to be released and finalized. Do some sort of a ritual, like, writing a poem to that person or a letter to that person and burning it in the fireplace. That's a ritual that deals with the energy and allows you to clear the slate and move forward energetically from whatever relationship that might have been. I'm talking, romantic relationships, which is generally what Venus tends to rule. But it could be, because in a Pisces chart, Venus rules the 3rd house. It could be a sibling relationship. It could be a neighbor relationship. It could be a relationship with a colleague. Venus also rules the 8th house. It could be somebody who manipulated you or was underhanded with you in some way, or even a criminal type relationship or a traumatic relationship. Venus rules the 8th house in a Pisces chart. Any kind of relationship that sort of is colored by Venus energy in that way, it is time to release that and let that go. And if these people should arrive in your life, to proceed with caution. This is emphatically not the time to get engaged, to sign contracts, to begin a new committed partnership, or to make declarations of love. Don't do it. Give yourself a day or two out the other side of this transit, because these ventures are poorly starred and they are unlikely to really root in a positive way in your life. What you can do, though, Pisces, is acknowledge with honesty and without any self-blame the role your own shadow has played in the patterns of your relationships. Journal about that. Honor that. Recognize that. And use that to free yourself. The 7th house holds our projections, the qualities in others that we secretly carry in ourselves that are mirrored back to us. And so on the 10th or 11th of July, recognizing and reclaiming those parts of ourselves is the most liberating thing that we can do. Clear that relational field. Own your own relationship patterns. By doing that, you create the fertile soil for partnerships, either existing ones that you're in or new ones to come, that will be able to take stronger hold in your life, greater roots, greater depth and authenticity. You are clearing the way for those sorts of relationships to arrive, or for the relationships that are existing in your life now that are truly a gift of the divine, to really solidify and become stronger. But clearing the old is part of the process, with Venus conjunct the South Node in the 7th house. Now, my beautiful Pisces friends, my readings are open again. If you want to make a booking with me to talk about your chart, or you want a reading from me analyzing your chart to support you in whatever you're going through right now, then the booking page is open. Just head to the website. Go to my services page. I'm also offering a wonderful yes/no question reading. If you've got a yes/no question, should I take this job? Should I marry this person? Then we can answer yes/no questions. It's a very cost-effective reading as well, and we can look at yes/no questions through my reading services page if you would like to.